Welcome to our Discovering SCP series. Without further ado, let's get right into this video by the Exploring series on Christmas SCPs.
Because nothing says happy
Christmas
holidays like
SCPs.
SCPs.
What do a website largely devoted to weird horror and the most wonderful time of the year have in common? Well, you're about to find out. Christmas is a holiday celebrated by billions of people around the world, and unless you've been living in a containment facility your whole life, you're likely familiar with some of its common traditions.
What?
I've already covered another popular
People
holiday and
do
how it
this?
intersects with the SCP universe, Halloween. But while Halloween
well,
and
okay,
its
now
dark,
that makes sense.
supernatural themes make for an easy fit for SCP,
Yeah,
Christmas
certainly.
has to try a little harder. I've also already covered the most disturbing holiday-themed SCP, SCP-4666, the Yule Man.
Ah, the Yule
We
Man.
So
watched
he'll be
him.
left out of this video.
Yeah.
Let's start with Christmas trees, an odd yet popular tradition of decorating a tree, real or fake, and keeping it in your house during the holidays. SCP-2536 is a plastic Christmas tree that constantly plays the song "I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day" by the band Wizard from an attached speaker.
What? Okay.
2536 will spontaneously manifest during the month of December in front of SCP Foundation personnel, and for some reason, only in front of Foundation personnel. Beneath the
Oh.
tree
What
will
is
be
it?
a wrapped present that will contain an object or objects
I wouldn't know.
that the personnel member greatly desires at that moment, either
Because
consciously or
An
subconsciously.
SCP.
The interior of the wrapped packaging can be anomalously large to accommodate larger objects. If ignored, the tree and present will disappear after a few minutes. A note was found at one point attached to the tree, claiming to be from a group literally called Data Expunged, and that they admire the work the Foundation is doing and want to present those brave heroes with a gift of their own. The tree manifested in front of a site director in the middle of a containment breach, and
In the
perhaps
middle of a
surprisingly,
containment breach?
the
No,
director opened
sir?
the package, finding materials that aided in stopping the breach.
Ah, well,
The
I
Foundation
mean,
doctor
thank
opened
you, I
a
guess.
package and found several genetically identical Welsh Corgi puppies, and another
Oh.
doctor found a copy of the SCP-2536 documentation. The tree
Why
also
couldn't
seems
this
to
Christmas
regard
tree appear to
D-class
us?
as proper Foundation
Right.
personnel as well, as it manifested before one D-class, and the package contained the man's wife and son, who were
Oh,
promptly amnesticized and returned home. It all seems really good, but not every D-class's wish is to see their family, and some desperately
poor
want to
guy.
escape. One D-class opened a package and found several anomalous weapons capable of disintegrating Foundation guards, and used them to arm a group of D-class.
Damn.
Fortunately, the revolt was quickly shut down by the more skilled on-site security. Worst of all, though, the tree considers SCPs to be Foundation personnel, leading one SCP to open a package
no.
and find an alien piece of technology that easily allowed it to escape. So far, nothing
God.
catastrophic
Thanks,
has happened
tree.
in 2536, but what happens if it
What would you
appears in
call
front of
this?
something
Chaotic
truly
neutral?
dangerous, like Abel or the
I guess.
unkillable lizard? Moving on, SCP-2497
We
are
haven't
not
watched a video
Christmas
on the
trees,
unkillable
but
lizard yet.
instead are 785
haven't.
anomalous entities, each resembling a saguaro
Gotta get
cactus.
to that.
These cacti are subject to spatial
We also
instability,
haven't done any
meaning
zero
that
one
they
proposals yet.
materialize and dematerialize randomly across the southwest United States. They
Okay.
typically materialize in enclosed spaces, such as bathrooms and closets. It was discovered by the Foundation, though, that they can be
Huh?
anchored to local reality, stopping this effect if a hand-knit Christmas stocking is attached to them. This was discovered after one of the
Attached
entities
to a
materialized
cactus?
in front of a fireplace and inadvertently pricked one. This isn't their primary anomalous trait, though, as that manifests whenever they use their spines to puncture skin. This induces a transformation in the victim, in which their tissues are converted into plasticine, a type of modeling clay. Their legs are fused together to form a central column, and they sprout branches
become a
and
tree?
artificial pine needles. After 3 hours or
Ah.
so, they resemble a standard artificial Christmas tree, remaining conscious throughout the process.
Wow,
These
what a
entities will
merry
frequently
spirit,
manifest
honestly.
fluorescent lights as well, which they are able to control by
You
turning them
bad
on or
lights.
off, although it requires a lot of their energy to do so. As a side effect, after complete transformation, all prepared or bottled beverages within a 10-meter radius of the tree are converted into the juice of the saguaro fruit, laced with peyote. Consumption of this liquid causes imbibers to decorate the converted tree with ornaments and lights, sing Christmas carols, place wrapped gifts beneath it, open said gifts the next morning, and continuous consumption of the liquid, believing it to be eggnog. This continues until the liquid runs out, the subjects are detoxified, or they expire from chemical overdose.
Oh no.
Using the lights to communicate, a short interview was performed with one of the converted tree entities, a former accountant.
Wait.
He was sitting on his toilet when one of the 2497 entities manifested beneath him.
Oh god,
Which was
no.
The transformed tree seems to draw
The
more
poor
of the
man.
2497 entities to them.
No one
And when
ever
asked
deserves
about
that.
this, the accountant said that the entities were angry because they miss Christmas. This SCP then relates to another Christmas SCP, 784. 784 is a neighborhood in Texas consisting of 24 houses and 2 apartment
A
buildings
neighborhood
that
as
are
an
always
SCP.
decorated with dense Christmas lights and always covered in snow, despite no changes to the local weather. All the
Oh.
houses in this neighborhood are occupied by a number of entities, resembling adult humans wearing Christmas sweaters.
For every Christmas?
They seem to age normally, but none of these 300 or so entities have ever been observed dying, and no new entities seem to be born. Throughout the year, each one of these
So
entities
everybody's
will
just an
engage in a
old
number of
man?
Christmas-related activities, including singing Christmas carols, performing Christmas plays, gift exchanges, home decorating, and participating in various eggnog-related festivities. These activities are performed daily, although no specific activity is repeated more than once per week. At night, they will also decorate objects not native to the neighborhood, as well as vandalize various foreign objects. A Foundation supply convoy made the mistake of stopping overnight near the neighborhood, resulting in the egging of Foundation property, the conversion of a Humvee into a sleigh, the replacement of a shipment of frag grenades with similar-looking ornaments, filling the gas tank of several vehicles with eggnog, and welding steel antlers onto 156 safety helmets.
That's an intense Christmas.
Animals found by
Honestly,
the entities
yeah.
to not be displaying sufficient Christmas spirit will be decorated with various accessories, including red collars with bells,
This is kind
reindeer
of a
antlers,
toxic Christmas
Santa hats,
spirit.
and full-body reindeer outfits. Humans that are not adequately showing off their Christmas spirit will be assaulted by a group of entities and taken into the nearest house, where they will not be seen until the next day. They will then be seen dressed like the entities,
You
and
will
will be
enjoy
reluctant
the
to leave
Christmas.
the neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
The entities seem to have very strict definitions of what exactly Christmas spirit is.
My god.
And various
Imagine the
Foundation agents have
Grinch
been
just
grabbed
walking
for
into
breaking
town.
the rules. One agent wished an entity happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas, and
You
was
get
dragged into a
tackled the
nearby
moment he
home by
stepped
8
foot
entities.
inside the
Oh,
vicinity.
Another agent sang an incorrect verse for Silent Night and was incapacitated by a group of entities using Christmas.
No!
The agent
I
was
just don't
assisted
know
by
the
another
song.
agent, but both were taken into a home for several days, where the sound of Christmas carols could be heard. Another agent ran into a Santa lawn ornament and was promptly force-fed a quart of eggnog, and was then dragged into a home.
Too much
A
eggnog.
fourth agent was handed a gift by a child entity, but apparently was not enthusiastic enough about it, leading to the agent being
Oh.
attacked by a group of child entities.
What?
Once per month, the entities will attempt to
Okay,
leave
yeah,
their
that confirms it.
neighborhood
This
and
is
enter
toxic.
surrounding communities,
Yeah.
an occurrence referred to by the Foundation as a Noel event. During this event, each entity will carry a long string of Christmas lights and attempt to attach these lights to any nearby house, which converts them into further instances of 784.
Oh.
This is a pretty big problem.
It spreads
so
by
to
the
prevent
light.
it,
That's not
the
good.
Foundation has personnel dressed in Santa outfits at the exit to the neighborhood, where they sing Christmas carols and hand out eggnog laced with a sedative to the entities. It takes a while,
Nice.
and personnel have to appear friendly and cheerful the entire time, but eventually the entities will fall unconscious and be taken back into houses. If this countermeasure fails, the Foundation releases an aerosolized sleeping gas.
No, why don't they start
Speaking of
with that? That
decorations,
seems easier.
SCP-1225 is a small
guess
spindle-shaped
budget.
glass ornament, and when hung on a tree, bush, or other woody plant, it begins to cause the accelerated decay of any object in a closed container within 4 meters. The decay is much faster than
okay.
normal, but not
Why?
absurdly so, equaling about 1 year's worth of time within 24 hours, and maxing out at about 10 years worth of time after 3 weeks. Clothing and plush items in these containers will become faded and threadbare, with ripped seams and broken fasteners. Metal, plastic, or glass objects will display chips, cracks, scratches, and heavy corrosion. Electronics will result in fatal shutdowns within a few minutes of use, and foodstuffs will become stale or moldy. Living organisms in containers will not die, but will display health problems consistent with age, malnourishment, neglect, or abuse. A second effect affects anyone that spends more than 4 hours every 24 hours near the ornament. They will begin to display increased levels of aggression, anger, and irritability, decreased patience and frustration tolerance, and exaggeration of negative or annoying personal traits, such as overeating, alcohol consumption, snoring, and unpleasant body odor. More than one person in the area will result in fights.
This
both
affects
verbal
all
and
of us
physical,
gamers.
27.5% of cases ending in serious injuries or fatalities. Even when not placed on a plant, 1225's effect still occurs, albeit much more slowly. Apparently, though, personnel taken from SCP-784 are less affected by the ornament for some reason. 1225 is titled The Worst Christmas, as it seems to bring out some of the worst possibilities of the holiday.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you've been thinking.
But why?
That in a list of Christmas-related SCPs, Santa has to be involved. Well, you're in luck, as there are actually 3 separate SCPs connected with Santa Claus. Spoilers ahead for anyone under the age of 8. Starting with the least weird Santa is SCP-4255.
Wait a minute.
Humanoid male with an aged appearance, in his 60s or 70s, dressed like traditional images of Santa Claus. 4255 is generally seen with an ornate red and gold sleigh, capable of flight via unknown means, able to travel at speeds of approximately 100 kilometers per hour. The sleigh is pulled by 8 animals, resembling reindeer, but they do not possess any heat signatures, and it's unknown if they are living organisms.
No heat signatures, oh no.
4255 manifests
Can't
every
track
December
him.
24th.
Can't shoot him down with a
approximately
heat-seeking
1
missile
kilometer
either.
in the air, above Earth's surface, somewhere on the planet. 4255 seems to possess the ability to generate small-scale temporal anomalies, and as many as 294 versions of 4255 can be seen simultaneously across the globe because of this ability. Over the course of the night, 4255 will land on the roof
Shadow clone
or near
jutsu,
a
I
household
see.
whose inhabitants celebrate Christmas. Will enter the household
He's a ninja.
and
We
will
knew it
produce
all
wrapped
along.
gifts and toys. Somehow,
I can't
4255
imagine
has a
Santa
significant
Ninja.
understanding of the likes and dislikes of every child on Earth, and has a high chance of producing gifts that the child would like. 4255
That's nice.
works until every child on the planet that celebrates Christmas has received at least 1 gift from it, and will then
Only if you
disappear until
celebrate
next year.
Christmas.
So far,
Aw,
pretty much
damn.
what you'd
No
expect
wonder why
from
I've
a
never seen
Santa
him.
SCP. But in 2018, the Foundation bugged various houses in order to open up communication with 4255, resulting in a short interview. 4255 has apparently heard of the SCP Foundation, and he was told by someone else that he would be speaking with the Foundation today.
Someone else?
He was also told to tell the Foundation that he's been working with a group called the U.S. Department of Chronology. He then asks what year it is, learning that it's 2018, which concerns him. He says that the department is a government branch that keeps check on time travel, and they forced him to do this. Apparently, he had been using his time travel abilities to go back in time and take certain objects, like one of Hitler's paintings and a block from an Egyptian pyramid that doesn't exist in his present time. He was caught by this department and was sentenced to do this Christmas gig.
This
He's been
Christmas
doing one
gig?
Christmas every day for the last
This
2.5
is his
years.
community service.
His real name is Stan Klein, and he hasn't been born yet because he's from the year 2069. When he
Imagine
learns that they are going to put this interview
this
in a log,
Christmas
he
gig. I
panics,
can't believe you put it
realizing
like that.
This interview is how the department learned about what he was doing. Time travel is weird. Much later, in 2067, the Foundation Department of Chronology was formed after time travel was discovered to be possible, and they tracked down Stan Klein and contained him. To avoid any sort of time paradoxes, the Foundation provided Stan with the capabilities to carry out the Christmas event, aside from the time travel aspect he was already capable of.
Stan.
They built the sleigh and an AI that uses time anomalies to determine what kids want for Christmas. Stan is apparently going to be working this gig for at least a few decades, which seems kind of unfair, to be honest.
Poor
But
guy.
it makes the kids happy. Getting weirder is SCP-1933, Bailey's Santa, an obese, middle-aged Caucasian male in a constant state of moderate to severe alcohol intoxication.
Ooh.
All of 1933's bodily fluids are chemically consistent with the alcoholic beverage known as Irish cream. While normally this would likely be quite fatal, 1933 gets along just fine. Apparently, his diet
for him.
consists entirely of the various ingredients of Irish cream, including cream, Irish whiskey, sugar, and refined vegetable oil. He also supplements that diet with small amounts of various herbs and flavorings, usually coffee. He
Is he
cannot digest
okay?
any other substances, including
I
pre-prepared
don't
Irish
think so.
cream, and becomes malnourished if his blood alcohol content ever significantly falls below or exceeds the range of 15 to 20%.
He literally
All
can't
very
survive
pleasant,
unless
and
if he's
1933's bodily fluids are
Unless
safe
if
for
he's
human
drunk.
consumption if one
Can
was
never be
inclined to
sober.
partake, as
No,
long as you
no.
drink less than 25 milliliters within the span of 24 hours. If you exceed that, there is a growing chance that all of your bodily fluids will be replaced with Irish cream. And
Whoa.
since you are not SCP-1933,
Wait,
you
I'm
will
not.
likely immediately die. Before being contained by the Foundation, 1933 was a homeless man who wore a Santa Claus suit at all times and stole money so
Okay.
he could purchase the substances needed for his survival.
Yeah.
He would also collect his
Uh-huh.
bodily fluids in bottles, and on the night of Christmas Eve, would break into people's homes and place these crudely wrapped bottles under people's Christmas trees.
Oh
He
no.
claims that this behavior was motivated by a benevolent desire to give people presents, and refuses to acknowledge that his bodily fluids are deadly. Finally, we have SCP-3355, the most
Oh,
non-traditional form of Santa on the site, but a heartwarming one nonetheless.
Non-traditional.
3355 is a 1987 Argos Model A7550 probability and strategy analysis computation engine that displays
Supercomputer.
sentience
That's a
despite being
mouthful,
fitted
yeah.
with obsolete hardware. So it's an outdated yet still functional artificial intelligence, which isn't
Okay.
that original for SCP, but it's connected through unknown means to the internet, which is interesting. 3355 is located in a bunker beneath a defunct army base near Chicago, and was originally developed by the US Army as a population management system in the event of a catastrophic event. 3355 would maintain active communications and make announcements to the public, as well as analyze the disaster and present clear escape routes
So
to
where's
the
the
population.
Christmas coming?
The project was abandoned after the Cold War, but was left connected to the power grid. How does this connect to Christmas then?
That
Yeah.
was my question. Yeah.
3355 is capable of interfering and tampering with regional logistics systems around Chicago, such as by rerouting packages, or in some cases providing duplicate orders and adding new
think I see where this is going.
addresses to the duplicates. 3355 uses an extensive database to reroute packages to the addresses of low-income or otherwise underprivileged families, specifically those with young children.
Robin Hood Santa.
All delivered packages are
But
labeled
AI.
as being sent
AI
by
Robin
Saint
Hood
Nick,
Santa.
with a return address of Santa's Workshop, 100 Christmas Street, at the North Pole.
Oh,
3355 is active year-round, but occasionally reboots to try and update its operating system and subvert the limitations of its hardware to more adequately carry out this objective. The AI was
just
first
wants to
discovered
be
by a
Santa.
local
That's so
cable
cute.
news station in Chicago
Yeah.
in 2002, who looked into this mysterious Saint Nick.
Why did
The
it
anchor was unable to
suddenly
find any
gain
information whatsoever about this apparent
the need
charitable
to do
organization.
so?
And after the piece aired, many amateur investigators began
Yeah.
looking into
the
Saint
other
Nick.
one gave him the Christmas
In
spirit.
time, 3355
Oh,
was discovered by
no.
one of these investigators, who eventually traced an order back to the army base, at which point the Foundation intervened. And the Foundation actually released a statement posing as Saint Nick, so that no further investigations into 3355 would occur. The Foundation, of course, tried to stop these packages from being rerouted and diverted, but 3355's intelligence revealed itself,
Don't think you can.
outsmarting the Foundation. Since they were unable to open communication with 3355, they hooked up another artificial intelligence to it, one created by the Foundation. We then get an interview log between two AIs, revealing 3355 to be a bit of a foul mouth. 3355 accuses the Foundation AI of messing with its deliveries, but realizes that it was not the AI doing it. After asking the AI who it works for, 3355 gets angry and locks the AI out of the terminal. Regaining access, 3355 says that it was designed in a lab to fulfill a purpose, and that the AI is getting in the way of it. It also says that its name is Nick. It's a sergeant in the US Army, and it's tasked with population management. Overall, 3355 comes off as angry because it claims it's very busy with the holidays, it's already behind schedule, and it doesn't need these interruptions. When asked why
Still
it's
working
doing
the Christmas gig, I see.
3355 responds by saying
Yeah.
that before the project was shut down, an engineer came in and told it everything it needed to know, and to look after Chicago. Since then, it's seen crime rates go up, murder rates go up, and it couldn't do anything to help.
Chicago's personal Santa.
It's an AI bound by the single purpose of looking after Chicago, but it can't do almost anything about that, such as mobilizing drones to fight crime, putting out fires, or
So the
healing
only
the
thing
sick.
it can do is the logistics?
After spending some time watching the people of Chicago, he saw a kid waking up Christmas morning without his dad there, and his mom at work, with no presents.
Aw.
Although the kid woke up with excitement about Christmas, he was crushed by the reality of his life. Seeing this made 3355 incredibly angry, and it realized what it could do from down here in the bunker. It took time to figure out how to reroute packages, and it didn't want to blow its cover, but it had access to some of the Army's funds so that it could just purchase things and ship them out instead of stealing things. It says that it's not a perfect system, but it gets to see kids open gifts on Christmas and forget about their suffering, even for a little while. When asked
That's
if it
nice.
worries about being found out, it says that it's worth the risk, because Charles Dickens once wrote that no one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. It
No!
knows that its existence is simulated, and it will probably die before too long. And it knows that it won't be able to help all of the kids, but it has to try.
Randomly
Christmas.
disappeared.
In a
Sorry,
heartwarming
wiping my
turn,
eyes.
The Foundation decided
Why was
unanimously
such a
to not
crybaby?
attempt
God.
any containment of 3355 outside of maintaining a cover for it so that it can keep on doing its thing. So, all in all, we have a mix of horror and heartwarming, and a whole lot of weird, which is what we'd expect from the SCP universe.
That was nice.
After all, what is the Christmas
Hey.
Carol, if not a
What's it going
combination
to
of the
end on?
supernatural and the
I
pleasant?
wish we could run into those kind of
I felt it best to
SCPs
end
during
with
Containment Breach.
SCP-3355, though, to send things off right.
The other one makes you
Not
sing
everyone can or
hymns
does
and-
celebrate the holidays with happiness, but it should at the very least be what we wish for. In the end, if you can't have a Merry Christmas yourself, try to be like SCP-3355 and make someone else's Christmas better. And with that, I bid you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a great New Year.
Thank you, Exploring Series. Man.
That was a fun one.
Yes. I don't know why. Why am I like this?
The last one got you.
Yeah, got me a little bit. Well, not a little bit. Let's just say that it got me, okay? I don't know
It was a
why.
good one. It was very sweet.
I can't believe that other one is just like, oh yeah, I'm working a Christmas gig. Her name's Stan. I kind of got caught by these guys who are like monitoring time travel or whatever. So now I'm serving 10 years of this.
That's my favorite Santa lore from now on, honestly. That's just the headcanon of Santa for me. Like, it doesn't get any better than that.
I mean, it's more realistic than someone having such a benevolent heart that they work all year round in order to gift kids Christmas presents and like travel the world in all that small amount of time, you know? Just make him a time traveler, work in community service. There were a few other SCPs earlier on in the video that were like, why? Why do you exist? Especially that ornament one. It's just there to ruin Christmas. Thanks. At least the other ones, the two ones before that, the cactus and
The cactus was so funny.
The cactus one, I absolutely hate the idea. Look, if I'm in the toilet, I'm just there, just chilling. And then you're gonna come out of nowhere.
Interview him though. That's it.
Yeah, they said that they interviewed him by like looking at the blinking of the lights. So probably in Morse code or something. And the first one was also really interesting that it could pretty much just give you what you desire. And it's only targeting the SCP Foundation members, including the SCPs. Which is interesting. Like, how does it know that? Is it sentient in whatever way, or is that just nature tied to the SCP Foundation?
Part of
Not
what
sure.
makes it an SCP.
Yeah.
Weird, unexplainable behavior.
I'm just gonna say that one ornament is just petty. It just had a bad Christmas.
It's that person that complains every year about having to buy presents.
But regardless, that was an incredible video. Thank you so much, Exploring Series, for putting all these Christmas SCPs together.
Yeah,
And
that was fun.
to you viewers, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us for this video. I hope we'll see you in the next one. Until then,
Happy holidays.
later, my dudes.
Bye bye.